Alright guys, I'm back with my WWE Raw review for the 7th of the 11th, 2016 guys, from Glasgow, Scotland. And in my opinion, this last episode of Raw was pretty good actually. I would have to say Raw was pretty good this week. It was an actual good solid show, and it's not, I don't know if it was because of the UK fan, the Scotland fans, sorry, or it just felt better because it was taped and it didn't feel like 3 hours of a live show and whatever. I don't know, but it was kind of a lot easier to sit through, man. Like I don't know, like this episode, it kind of like of Raw was easier. I don't know, it was kind of easier to sit through, and like Raw, that arena they used for Raw last night looked big. It looked bigger. The attendance looked really big. I would love to see what the attendance was last night at Scotland. If any of you guys were at the show and subscribed to the channel, I would love for you guys to tell me in the comments what the attendance was there, because over here they only do like 15,000 for Raw and SmackDown. We don't get really big attendances over here, but over in Scotland and UK they do a lot of good attendances and stuff like that over there and stuff. And if that was bigger than it is over here in the States, then man, it's good. Anyway, on to Raw. So Raw opens up with Stephanie coming out, and she brings out the Team Raw, which is the co-captains are Jericho and Kevin Owens. And basically you've got Braun Strowman out there, Roman Reigns, and the final member was Seth Rollins. And Seth's like, I know we don't like each other, but we got to work together to beat SmackDown Live. And then Steph's like, you've got to have passion in this match. This is like your jobs depend on it. And then Jericho's like, I know that there's a lot of eagles in the team, but we got to work together and follow behind us. And that was a good promo. Jericho and KO were super over here tonight. I loved they got a great crowd reaction. And also, before I move on, Jericho and Sin Cara, also you guys know by now, they had a bust up on the bus, like getting to Scotland, like they had a fight or something, I don't know. But what I heard is basically Sin Cara, Hunico, whatever you guys know him as, he basically got kicked off the bus and he had to travel separately, which kind of sucked for him. But I've heard reports that he's kind of a douche backstage. So yeah, I mean, it's his own fault really. But Jericho's one of those guys. He's been in the business 20 plus years. He can do what he wants. I mean, he sticks up for the other wrestlers and stuff, which is pretty cool. But anyway, and then we got to and then we had Sami Zayn versus Rusev for number one contenders match versus Dolph Ziggler. It was a good match. Sami Zayn was super over here. I don't know why they just throw Sami Zayn out in Scotland and London and that when he's Canadian. Did they forget that? I know he used to wrestle in Scotland and the UK when he was on the Indies, but he's Canadian, But I don't know. Anyway, Sami Zayn went over. I thought this was really good. I didn't want to see Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler again. I want to see something different. And if the theme is going to be Team Raw versus Team SmackDown Live, and this, in a way, is kind of like another company, another wrestling company for the WWE, having that brand extension now, and it's pretty cool for the WWE. I mean, they haven't had a competition really since 2001, and I know it's the same company but two different brands. But in my opinion, at least there's competition going on with the brands, and it's not just one super show anymore. I hated that. I'm one of those guys who liked the brand splits because it elevated some of the young talent on SmackDown and pushed different styles on Raw, and it wouldn't have the same old brand. You want John Cena kind of feel to it. And yeah, that's where the product has probably been lacking the last couple of years, where they haven't had much competition from other wrestling companies and also the brand extension, and stuff like that. And then we had the women from Team Raw come out. They basically announced their fifth member, and it's Sasha Banks. And then Sasha Banks was Nia Jax. Well, they had like a women's match. I think the faces went over. Bayley hit like a belly to belly. Bayley was super over here. The fans were like super chanting for Bayley and saying that they want her to be her girl and whatever. Like the Bayley fans hijacked Monday Night Raw last night, guys. Pretty cool. And then we had the tag teams come out, and it was basically the New Day dressed as well, they was dressed like Pipers. Is that what you say? I don't know. Where you basically like the Piper thing. I don't know. Anyway, and then it turns into a match between the New Day versus the Club. The Club go over, and I'm glad the Club went over because it was a good result for the Club. I mean, the Club need to look strong. The New Day don't really need to look strong because they're an established tag team, and you know they're super over. And with the Club, they're not super over right now. I mean, people are chanting boring, and on Raw with the Club, and they really need that win. And they got a good win. They got to win, and they look badass tonight. I'm glad they're keeping them badass. I know a lot of people don't like the Club, but Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, they're not a bad tag team. It's just their characters just kind of suck, I guess. And then we had a Cruiserweight match. It was Rich Swann and Sin Cara versus Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. I hope I pronounced his name right. The Bayfaces went over, but yeah, after the match, Kendrick gets his ass whooped. So there you go. And then after that, we get the main event, which is a fatal 5-way or something. It was Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman versus Jericho versus KO. It was a very, this was probably the match of the night. We had a candlestick, tables and stuff. The end of the match was where Jericho gets pedigreed, then he stands up for a bit, and then he gets Superman punched he gets Superman punched first, and then he gets pedigreed, and then KO gets the win, and that's how Raw ended. Raw this week, overall, I would have to say it was a good, solid show. It built up a Survivor Series and stuff like that, and I couldn't complain about really. I mean, I guess maybe I don't know. There's not that many things I could complain about this Raw. Like, I don't want to nitpick about little things, but you know what I mean. It's like it was a solid show, and that's what I'm going to give the WWE this week. They did a lot of good booking decisions, like having Sami Zayn go over Rusev, and obviously the faces go over the heels in the women's tag match and stuff like that, which I thought was really good. And I liked how they gave finally KO a win over Jericho, building up their feud going into maybe a WrestleMania. In the next coming month, which is going to be pretty cool. So yeah, that's my WWE Raw review, guys, for the 7th of the 11th, 2016, guys. What did you guys think of this last episode of Raw? And brag up, guys.